Hey, what's up everyone? This is going to be a personal experience video regarding a situation that happened with me several years ago when I was in Walgreens. So, since I'm on the roll of talking about these personal experiences regarding shifts and changes, I decided to go ahead and do this video now while I'm in the zone and I'm in the mode to share this and while I remember it all clearly. So, whenever I was in Walgreens one time, this happened several years ago, but I never got to make a video about it. This might have actually happened before I was actually making videos like this. But when I walked in there, I was going for a few items. First, I was going to get some Dristan nasal spray, some nose spray, because I have a whole lot of allergy problems and my nose stops up a lot, and without that, I have a lot of issues with breathing. So, I was going in there for that, and I had grabbed it, and I was walking to the back to use the restroom, so I put it over there to the on one of the shelves. There were several shelves, and there were people working in there and stocking up the shelves, some of them, but they were mostly all full. There were a bunch of books on this one to the right of me. As I turned back around, when I laid it on the shelf with a bunch of books. And they were all full practically, except for this one that had a couple of items they were just putting back up on the shelf to the left. So there was this aisle that I remembered. I was like, okay, I put my nose spray right there that I'm going to buy. So I laid it there on that shelf, and I go to use the restroom. I'm gone for 10 minutes or so, if that, and then I come back out, and I was like, what the heck? What in the world? Where's my nose spray? And then I thought, wait a minute. Why is this shelf empty? So I go to look, and I'm looking around wondering what happened. Why does it look different? And I had walked in, and the store looked different when I walked out of the restroom. And my nose spray was no longer placed there. It was gone. And I seemingly hadn't even gotten it. And so I look around and there's this empty shelf. And there was this woman stocking the empty shelf. They had all kinds of things to put on the shelf. And I was like, there is no way the time that I was gone, the time I went to the restroom, that two shelves could have been empty and being stocked. And I asked, and then my nose spray was gone too. It was on the shelf that seemingly was now empty. And I asked them, I said, that's where I laid it, on the shelf that was now empty. So I asked them, were they why were these shelves empty? They said, and they had stated that they've been that way. They've been remodeling, and they just got to those shelves. Basically, meaning those shelves were empty. Those shelves were already empty when I walked in the store. But that couldn't have been because I laid the Dristan nose spray on that very shelf. But when I come out of the restroom, the shelves are empty, and the nose spray is gone. So, and she told me that they'd been remodeling all day, and those shelves had been empty all day, and I said, oh, well, never mind, that's okay, never mind. And then I walked on, and had to get another nose spray, and there seemingly never was one taken from the shelf, from the spot the nose spray was at. There was not, they were all still there. There was 4 there originally. I took one of them, there should have been 3 left. So, there was 4 when I got back. Some might say, well, someone just put it back on there, but that doesn't explain 2 empty shelves in about 10 minutes when I come out, and them saying that they hadn't gotten to them yet. Those shelves had been empty all day, all morning. So I buy the nose spray, and I walk outside, and I'm just bewildered, and I tell the experience to my parents. I tell them about that, what just happened, and we just kind of brushed it off and moved on, but because those kind of things happen to me quite often, and they happen so often I'm kind of used to it. But it was still freaky, and it's never less shocking really when it happens, but it should be because of so many times that I had this happen to me, these type of things. But yeah, that store totally, completely changed within the time period that I was in the restroom, and it felt different when I walked out. It was like everything was off, but yet they had not stocked those shelves yet, and they were empty after remodeling, and the nose spray was gone, and apparently it seemingly had been to where I had never gotten it yet. And then I walked outside after buying it. I walked out there to my parents. I told them what happened, and it's almost like I shifted. It was like a parallel universe situation, or some kind of a change or glitch or something had happened where I shifted and everything changed again. And so another experience that I had was, I've had so many. I'll get to them in another video, but I've had experiences where time had gone backwards, where we couldn't have gotten there at the time we did, but yet time had gone backwards or forward. It's been crazy. I'm telling you, I've experienced things that many individuals would have considered crazy or impossible in the past, but believe me, nothing is impossible. At this point, there are so many things happening that it's happening at such a rapid pace that it's hard to keep up with. That's just one of my experiences. I have many, many more to share, and if you've experienced anything like that, anything regarding these shifts, changes, flip-flops, these differences taking place, these occurrences that are very unexplainable and seemingly do point to parallel universes, realities, and alternate timelines, and whatever you want to call it. I mean, for one, I don't know whether timeline is the correct definition, because I've always defined time as we defined it as an abstract concept used to define the linear progression of existence from point to point. That's always been my definition since I was a little child of time. I've also felt this large connection with everything, like I was larger than my body, larger than myself. I was just connected, one with the universe, and out there, and how I was one with it, and it was one with me. So anyway, that's just something. Back to the Walgreens experience. That shift took place, and I had to share it. So there's so much to talk about, and I have so many more videos to do. I've been in a zone, I've been in a mode to talk about them, and so that's what I'm doing right now. So much love and peace to you all. Thank you for watching. Feel free to share with me. Peace. Bye.